Well, Jamie, you're welcome to Dublin.
Thank you.
Having a good summer.
Loving it.
I follow you on Instagram, and it looks like you're living the life. Enjoy Glastonbury.
I did. Yeah. I have enjoyed this summer. I must I feel like I've been on about 4 stag do's, but I haven't actually been on one at all, really.
That's just your Liverpool away trips, is it?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, had a few good ones. That's the thing now. Stop playing. Don't have to be as professional.
Yeah. I'd imagine when you look at the pre-season and even watching some of the pre-season friendlies this week, you're thinking, what's Virgil van Dijk doing back playing football already?
Yeah. I mean, the big shock I got was Stevie Gerrard. It was like June the 4th or something. Or what was it? Champions League final was the 1st. It must have been about the 10th of June. And I just seen a picture on his Instagram of going back first day pre-season. I was like, I actually texted him. I said, is that you back now, or is that like a picture from last season or something? I was like, I couldn't believe it, because they've got to play European games, or I think they're playing on Thursday.
League,
but it was like, oh my God, I feel like the season's only just finished and they were going back. But it's unbelievable now. Football, listen, it's just got to get used to it. It's a 12-month game, isn't it?
Yeah. Are you enjoying retirement more than you thought you would?
Yeah.
Were you worried when you were ready to go as to what you would do with your time?
Not really. I hear other players speak about that, but no, not really. I mean, what am I going to do? Go to the gym, do something, play golf. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm massively busy as such, but I mean, I think since I left football, it was about 6 years ago, I just drop the kids at school and go to the gym. And then I go for my lunch, and then I probably have a couple of meetings in the afternoon, pick the kids up from school, take them to football, and probably watch a bit of football in the night and go to bed. And I think, well, what more do you want to do?
It's a nice life, yeah.
So, no, I can fill my time, I'm fine.
So you're looking at Steven Gerrard going, you're insane?
Well, Rangers are insane for getting him back on June the 10th or whatever it was, but it's just, that's the schedules now for him. And to be honest, managers is different. That is proper 24/7, 365 a year, isn't it? It's not easy, get a bit more time off for the players, I suppose, but that's the game he's in now.
It looks like you've really enjoyed as well, being still very much part of that Liverpool family. And not every club is like that, but, looking at the videos of you being very much part of the celebrations, in with the fans, you can go between the fans and the players. Just to be able to still be around the place and enjoy it. Did you always know that you'd still go back all the time? And
well, it's not really to do with the players or the club as much. It's just more like with my dad and my son, really, and a few mates, and we go to the match. And I think I've played more games in Europe than anyone for Liverpool. But it's just a hotel room. You don't see these places. You can go out and enjoy yourself and celebrate. Obviously, I was in Madrid. It was a great trip. My dad and my son, but they'd all been to games where obviously I was playing. But it's nice to be able to, trips, you look back years later, you talk about the memories and different things. So it's just great to go with my son now and be able to take him, to all the big games.
Jurgen Klopp seems to have a good relationship with a lot of the former players. It's quite welcoming towards you, even though obviously at times, particularly maybe not last season, but previous seasons, you would have had to be critical at times of Liverpool. Still seems to understand that you're this Liverpool legend and actually you deserve your place around the club.
Yeah, listen, I think Jurgen Klopp's just very very good with the media, full stop. Not just ex-players, really. I mean, I've done an interview with him for the paper, and he'd come on Sky's Monday Night Football early in his reign. I had to wait about 12 months to get him on, just speaking to the press officer and get him on different things. So it was he is good like that. I think the club in general, really, Liverpool, are quite good with the media, and listen, they get a lot of media attention, one of the biggest clubs in the world, but I think they certainly help themselves, really, and I think that's only a good thing for them and the ex-players. But I think one of the reasons why the club at the moment will probably get on with the ex-players, because they're doing well. So as the ex-players can say is positive things about them. It's when it goes the other way, that's when you see how the relations are there.
When you see the hysteria, and it seems greater than ever around Liverpool, even compared to Istanbul, like the scenes in and around Madrid and when they came back home are probably never going to be replicated again. Is part of you a little bit jealous that you're not still involved, or that you do actually seem genuinely very happy for the club to be successful? From the outside, it looks as though there's no part of you going, wish I was still in there.
No, I'm very much a believer in that. I had my go, and I'm doing something else now. I never wanted to be someone who was always looking back at his career. And that's probably one of the reasons why I went into the media, or could have been management or coaching, whatever it would have been. I didn't want to be remembered as Jamie Carragher, used to play for Liverpool. In 10 years' time, if I'm still working for Sky, in some ways, I want people watching football, or certainly the younger generation, not to remember me as a footballer.
And that'll happen as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they remember you on some, but what it proves is you're actually still doing something. You know, just always looking back and stuff like you got your whole life ahead of you. So I don't certainly look at listen. Would I have loved to have been on that bus holding the European? Of course, I would have been, or whatever. But I wasn't watching it, thinking stuff like that. As I said, I was very lucky in what things I was involved in. Would like to have done more. Wasn't the case, but I'd love to have played for Jurgen Klopp as a manager, without a doubt.
Did you like the sort of manager who'd put the arm around the shoulder and?
Well, I don't know because I never had one.
Literally.
No, but listen, I think he is a different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
Klopp. I think he is a one-off in some ways. And I had great managers helped me a lot, but he is a one-off. He's a special character. He's just the type of fella you look at and you think you'd like to be around him, wouldn't you? Or whether that was at a football club, going for a meal, going for a drink, whatever that may be. But no, I'm not certainly one of those people, and I think it does happen in football. With a lot of people who retire, they never want a player in their position to play or be. See, perfect example is Van Dijk.
Yeah.
I mean, before Van Dijk come along, people used to. It was great for me. People used to say, "Oh, Liverpool haven't replaced Jamie Carragher."
Yeah.
Well, they fucking replaced him now, haven't they? Twofold. But no, I mean, I wouldn't bother me to go on. Not bother me. I mean, I tell everyone on TV now, Virgil van Dijk is the best centre-back in the league, and I think he's the best centre-back in the world. That wouldn't. I think other players might sort of try and, in different positions. Oh, he wasn't as good as me, or he wasn't as good. He's a better player than me. So I'm an absolute idiot to say anything else.
But he just replaced Sami Hyypiä in the best Liverpool team of the last 25 years.
Yeah.
He'd be your partner.
Yeah, of course. You can't have two big ones, can you?
Speaking of Monday Night Football, it's become very much an institution, and
Thank
you're
you.
probably in quite a privileged position in that you have time, which in modern television, particularly in punditry, you do the live games as well, where it's half time, they show the goal, you have 2 minutes to comment, and that's it. Whereas actually, even that 7 to 8 slot, and then another hour after the game where you can properly, and it feels like yourself and Gary Neville spend probably the weekend sitting down. How much do you enjoy?
To fuck it up as well,
Well, there is that. There is that. You don't get that if you're on Match of the Day. It's bang, 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 bang. How much do you enjoy actually not just being a normal pundit, having this voice where you kind of set the agenda for the week?
I love it. Yeah, I do love it, and that's why Monday Night Football is a big. Listen, I work for Sky, but on Monday Night Football is a massive part of what I do. And listen, Sky should say tomorrow we want someone else to do it. You do another show. That's we.
Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And but no, it is. You can look at it two ways, and I agree with what you're saying, and that we have more time. And I bet other pundits or other shows say we'd love that time, but also we're last to have a go at stuff, which means we look at other shows and watch them and think, well, they've done that. So if someone's done a big piece on Virgil van Dijk, there's no point us coming on Monday and doing a Van Dijk piece, unless we're saying that wasn't good enough. I seen something else, I could do something else, whatever. But if someone's done a decent job on something, that takes it out. So you get to the Monday and you're a bit like, well, okay, that's been done. What's left, really, to try and do something else? So there's sort of pros and cons to both sides of it. But as I said, listen, I think it's the best show, sports show on TV. And not because I'm on it, I just think it's just a brilliant show. It was a brilliant show when Andy Gray and Richard Keys were doing it. Brilliant when Gary was just doing it with Ed. Me and Gary did it. Now sometimes guests come in, and I think whoever comes in after me and Gary or whoever, Dave Jones, it'll be a brilliant show. I think it's a great concept. But as I said, just lucky to be on it. We want to make it as good as possible, so that when the next fella does come in, he's got nowhere to go.
How did Gary react when you were thrown in alongside him?
Well, to be honest, we didn't have that much of a relationship as players. Obviously, big rivals with the big clubs, and we just obviously knew each other, of course. But I think it worked on TV because we don't take ourselves too serious. We're also very serious about our opinions and wouldn't be swayed by the other, which makes at times good, for conflict. At times, which people like. I think we support probably the two biggest teams in the country, which has got huge fan bases, so they're all watching, if you like, and people want to see us have a little ruck now and again. And I think, I don't know if it's, but we can laugh at ourselves. We don't take ourselves too serious, and I think all those added together makes a decent show.
How does the pro Liverpool from your side, pro Manchester United from his side bias go down when you're out and about with the general public? Like, it doesn't seem to be a huge issue because everyone understands your history. But
No, I mean, to be honest, listen, I don't go too many places other than Liverpool and probably London when I'm going down to Sky, to be honest. But I think the feedback we get now and again when you see people, I think they like the fact that we hopefully we come across as like, you know, the fella in the pub or the fella on the street, the way they're speaking about football, hopefully with a little bit more analysis and knowledge of it because we've played. But as I said, we are what we are. We're quite passionate about football. I think it is. You've got to be passionate about football. It's very, very serious game, and it changes people's lives. You know, really, when you're involved in big things or things aren't going well, you know, for the supporters, players, managers. So we try and get that across. And listen, you're not going to please everyone, and it is what it is. And we'll keep trying to get better, make more people happier. But as I said, we'll have good shows and bad shows.
who do you like watching?
Pundit-wise, I like listening to Graham Souness. I think his voice is fantastic. I like listening to Roy Keane also.
Have you done studio with Keane?
Yeah, I did Euro 2012 with Roy Keane for ITV. So I got that was the first bit of punditry I did. I was sat alongside Roy Keane, so I got on great with him then. I think he's a compelling character and he's brilliant. I'm just trying to think. I don't really mention too many other people off other shows really, because obviously all the best are at Sky, aren't they?
Yeah, well, Souness is obviously the one that comes up time and time again for so many people, and I think he puts down maybe his change in punditry to when he came over here. He worked with RTE for many years, and the RTE panel would generally be quite outspoken because they're living in Ireland, they don't know any of the players, they had a bit more freedom to be a bit more critical. I think maybe it opened his eyes a little bit. Okay, I don't just need to come and say everything is perfectly fine.
So Eamon Dunphy's his big influence?
yeah, quite possibly. Eamon Dunphy and John Giles, I think, were the big influence on Souness' career. This season then, for Liverpool, like, it's probably the third time in the last 10, 12 years they've had this close run for the title. You were part of the first one under Rafa Benitez, and that summer then, Xabi Alonso leaves. Next time they go close, Luis Suarez leaves. This time nobody has left, but also right now nobody has come in. Would you be happy to see Liverpool start the season with no new signings really of people putting pressure on?
No, I'd like them to bring someone in. I still think they're a little bit short at left back. You know, Moreno's gone. I still think a creative midfield player. I think the front three is a very difficult one for managers now in clubs when you've got such a set front three. They've got a young lad in Brewster, one of the best talents probably in Europe for his age. Origi, the goals he scored. So to bring another one in and spend him, 50, 60 million, you know, in some ways, Origi's just signed a contract, so they would have had to promise him in some ways sign a contract and you get a lot of chances. The same with Brewster. I think he was maybe looking at moving abroad like a lot of young English players now. So in some ways, they've got to give these players a chance. Really, I understand, but from a manager's point of view, it's not easy. But Liverpool will spend big if the right players there. They've proven that what they did last season with the keeper and Van Dijk, so it's not a case of that.
What about Coutinho? Because that probably shows...
I'd bring Coutinho
You bring him back, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It probably does show how far the club has come. It feels that Liverpool are bigger than Coutinho now.
Yeah, I'd bring Coutinho back if the opportunity was there. And only if it was a good deal for Liverpool. You know, Liverpool got a great deal when he was going. If you get a good deal coming back, because I just think he's better than the options Liverpool have of that type within the squad, and I think it'd give everyone a massive lift. And it's just another goal threat from a different area that Liverpool don't have.
How difficult is it going to be? Like we're talking about, it feels like only yesterday that the Champions League final was on. For these players to keep that run going that they had at the end of last season, like this brilliant home record of the last 2 years, to be in the right frame of mind that, like last season proved, August is crucial. Like they can't afford to drop any points at all. Do you think that's going to be mentally a big challenge, that Manchester City aren't going away, to be at that level that you were 3 months ago so early in the season?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It will be, and that's where the manager comes in. You know, he's told the team mentality monsters, so they'll have to prove that again at the start of the season. It's not ideal with, you know, Mane, how short a break he's going to have. I suppose you could say Mahrez is in the same situation with Man City, but he's probably not as integral to their club as Liverpool. And Liverpool don't have the backup that City have in those attacking positions. So it won't be easy, and I think Liverpool, like last season, certainly in the first half of the season, relied on the back four and the keeper keeping clean sheets. I think they'll have to do the same again if they want to be in there around with City around Christmas time.
And is that the key? Do you see them getting past City this season?
I think it'll be very difficult. I think City are a special team. I think City have proven that when they're at the best, they get 90 odd, or not 90 odd, 90 8 points, 100 points. Liverpool have done it once, City have done it twice, so that tells me that's what City do. I think this season we've got to see if Liverpool's season in some ways getting 97 points was a freak, and it probably could be, because it's probably only happened 3 or 4 times in history.
Yeah.
And the problem is Man City have done it twice, so that could be a problem for not just for Liverpool, for the rest of the top 6. As long as Man City and Pep Guardiola are about, they're the levels you've got to get to, and very few teams will be able to get there.
Well, it is just around the corner. Hard to believe. We look forward to watching you. Thanks for your
Can't
time.
wait.